Here we go. You already know, man. What's good, man? Thank y'all for tuning into the Unsportsmanlike Talk Show with Rail and Trail. You already know, man. Please make sure that y'all hit that notification bell. I don't know why my name right here say Hype Fan Eagle. I gotta change that. I gotta figure out how to change that. I should have changed it in the beginning. But either way, you now tuned into the Unsportsmanlike Talk Show with Rail and Trail, man. Please make sure that y'all subscribe, hit that notification bell so you will be notified when we go on live, man. For everybody that's on Facebook, make sure you stay tuned in, man. We got a show tomorrow. We got a podcast tomorrow. So make sure that y'all tuned in. For everybody that's on Facebook. Everybody that's on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you will be notified when we go on live. Like I said before, as the season is winding down, we will be putting podcast clips and all type of other clips on the YouTube channel. If you want the exclusive videos, please make sure that y'all tap into the Patreon. You know what I mean? Patreon is Dolo Solo 103 TV. That is DOLO money sign OLO 103 TV. Please make sure that y'all become a member to the Patreon page. It is very important because a lot of videos won't be up on YouTube. It'll be up on Patreon. A lot of other content will be up on the Patreon page as well. You know what I mean? So y'all definitely going to want to make sure that y'all become a member. Also, if you would like to donate, man, you could donate to the Cash App at Dolo Solo 1033. That is Dolo Solo 1033. Please make sure if y'all choose to, y'all can actually donate to the Cash App. Let's get everything out the way. Make sure you go on hypewave91.com, man. Exclusive merch made for comfort, man. Merch made for comfort. Go check out the website at hypewave91.com, man. Got some real good exclusive merch by your boy, man. So y'all definitely going to want to check that out as well, man. Hypewave91.com. I actually got to update that. And other shops, man, make sure y'all go to SHEIN.com. SHEIN.com right now, man. When you go to SHEIN.com, type in promo code GFRB9, man. That is the picks of the month. You know what I mean? This month is about to be over, and it's about to be some new picks of the month, new commercials, new everything, man. So make sure y'all tap into SHEIN.com and use the promo code GFRB9, man. All right, man, that's everything. We got everything out the way, man, right now. This is the Unsportsmanlike Talk Show. We about to have a good show, man. We had two amazing games yesterday. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders and the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. We about to do a recap of what happened, what's going on, and we also going to talk about the Super Bowl matchup between the Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs, man. But before we start, let me ask my boy, man, how you doing?
Man, you already know. I'm gonna say what I always say, man. I'm just living life, man, day by day. I'm good though, I can't complain. Could have been worse.
My
Just
boy, living my life like it's golden, living my
living
life
my
like
life like
it's
it's
golden.
gold. Yeah.
Right there, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Same here, man. Just got off work, man. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
got right back to work. As y'all see that we on the stream right here. So shout out to everybody that's viewing this video now or anybody that's viewing this video later, man. Let's get right into it, man. We about to kick it off with the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I mean? What a good game, man. They ended off the night very good, man. Kansas City Chiefs came out with the win, came out with the dub. They are AFC Championship holders right now. You know what I mean? And I feel like they've been at it for the last 5 or 6 years, right? They've been going to the AFC Championship the last 5 or 6 years. EC1, what's good, baby? What's good? You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, Cancun. Oh wait, we in the Super Bowl. Sorry, Commanders. That's a fact, man. But we about to get into the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, the Buffalo Bills fell short to the Kansas City Chiefs. They tried to do everything. You know what I mean? I feel like the Buffalo Bills defense, it pretty much hampered them throughout the whole entirety of the game. You know, Josh Allen tried to be heroic. He had some heroic moments. He couldn't pull through. So what's your takeaways of the game?
Um, my takeaways, what I'm gonna say, the number one that gave me the difference of this game is what the same thing we felt when we our last vid when we was like who we was who we preferred to play
Mm-hmm.
in the Super Bowl, and
Mm-hmm.
we was like out of the Chiefs or the Bills, and both of us said the same thing. Yo, we said we would rather face the Bills because the number one difference is that coach.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we was like because we listen, I'd rather go up against the Bills coach than I forget his name, but
I
then
think his name's Sean McDermott or something like
yeah. Then Andy Reid, like, and to me, that showed in this game because like they was going back and forth. Like, both of them had turnovers. I don't know how many turnovers each other, but I do remember them both having a turnover
that. Mm-hmm.
on each side. And so, but they both was coming back, Patrick, he got off early, then Josh Allen, but then Josh Allen started kicking up, doing what he do, and then that boy up, man, yo, James Cook is a good running back. Like,
James Cook is yes.
yo, he's a that boy be running that ball. He find those holes, and he's strong enough, like between tackles, and like like
Better than
he's
his
got
brother
good,
Dalvin Cook?
huh?
You think he's better than his brother Dalvin Cook?
I don't know. Like I saw, I can't compare it to his now because Dalvin Cook been doing it a little bit more longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like so,
Mm-hmm.
he had a little bit more of highlights to show. Like so I can't put him above Dalvin Cook right now. But to compare them as is he better? He could be. But I need to see a little bit more on what he can do more. Like he's starting off very good. Like, and I believe he have the potential to be better and all that. And he's looking like he's on that path that he
Mm-hmm.
could. But no, I just think he just need a little bit more time to be in that argument if he excuse me if he's going if he's better or not. But he's definitely is a he's doing his thing for the Bills, like, and that's
Yeah.
what they need to have somebody like Josh Allen that runs hard and that's a running quarterback himself,
Mhm.
So having a dual threat like that too is a good thing for the Bills. Not I don't remember who they used to have as a running back,
They
but
used to have damn, what's the guy?
Singleton,
Yeah.
Singleton,
He played for the Giants now. He played
yeah. I feel like he's doing a little bit more better than what Singleton did. Like, or I
yeah.
mean, Singleton had some good highlights in it, but the way how he's coming, he's really solidifying that position for him, man. And all hats to him. He having a good season. But yeah, that like he was running, he was doing his thing. But to end it off, so I could give it to you. That Andy Reid, the way how he could coach a offense game, like defense too, because the defense stepped in. But I just saw a lot of those scheme. Like they have wide receivers that's pretty good.
Mhm.
Worthy is a wide receiver, right? I believe. Yeah,
Worthy, yeah,
yeah,
Xavier Worthy, yeah.
Xavier Worthy. Like he's pretty good. Who else? He's a running back though. Juju Smith. No, he's a wide receiver. Juju Smith Houston.
Juju Smith-Schuster, but you know who they got to start putting more respect on, and they probably owe an apology to is Kareem Hunt, bro. Now
Oh
he
yeah,
was on the Kansas City Chiefs before they start doing all of this Super
yeah,
Bowl run and
yeah,
all of this stuff.
yeah.
You know, he had the incident when he hit the girl and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You know, they didn't want him back in the league, but the Browns gave him a chance, and he was on the Browns, a backup for Nick Chubb. You know what I mean? So he was doing his thing
yeah,
for a couple
yeah.
years. And Kansas
I
City
remember
picked
that.
him back. Yeah, so you know, shout out to him for having a bounce back career after his
Yeah,
after
yeah.
his in the hotel.
Facts. And that's definitely a asset right there. But what I was going to say is that what a lot of these guys that's on the Chiefs, they are good players. Don't get me wrong. They
Mm-hmm.
are good players, but they not key players as you'll think of like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, AJ Brown,
Correct.
uh, um even you could go even more forward or further, like Keenan Allen and and Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, like like on and on, Tyreek Hill, like you got some receivers that they like solidify a name for their team.
Yeah.
Um, Chiefs don't necessarily have that.
Mm-hmm.
They got receivers that could play their job well, but
Yeah.
like that type of X factor type receivers, they don't necessarily have that. Only really X factor receivers that they have is the same old Kelsey. Like,
Kelsey,
so
they got DeAndre Hopkins, but I think he passed his prime already. Like, you know what I'm saying?
oh wait, they do?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. They got DeAndre Hopkins. They
Oh
traded him.
yeah, they did. I forgot they picked him up.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah. Yep.
forgot
Yep.
they
They
picked him up.
traded,
But
they traded for him in the middle of the season. He was on the Titans.
yeah, I know that I forgot they did that. I definitely forgot they did that. But yeah, but like he haven't really made his name on that team though. So
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, the ones that's not really a X factor like he's supposed to be is really making more of a name. You hear him really their name is being called more than right, you know, since he's been on the team. Like
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is, but the difference is, even though they are not the type of that type of receivers, it don't even matter. Like with Andy Reid, like the
mm-hmm.
way he could game up and scheme them open with his play calling, offense and schemes, and what he's the type of plays that they are doing to create space and openings for these receivers to get the ball. He is dialing up these plays for them to get the ball. Like it's somewhat like a little bit like what Bill Belichick did on the Patriots for a couple of years with Tom Brady. Like,
Yeah.
and to me, to have a coach like that, I would say this and then I end my point. I just want to put this. To have a coach like this, don't get me wrong, I'm not taking nothing against from Patrick Mahomes at all. But when you have a Hall of Famer coach
Mm-hmm.
that's 9 out of 10, they do things right, then they do things wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like they consistently known as coaching a game and win it in the right way. When you have a coach that you could trust, that you know that they are setting you up for for success, it it's so it's how they don't understand how easy that is for on Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying that Patrick Mahomes, he don't give me one that's not taken away from his game plan because a lot of these passes he makes, he the one making the passes. A
Yeah.
lot of the of getting open and avoiding, he the one doing it. But at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, if he do that, but this because of the scheme and the offensive play calling, he
Yeah.
have somebody to give the ball to.
Yeah.
You could say, oh, he messing with rookies, but at the same time, when you scheming a rookie open and they open, they regardless you in they even though they're rookies, they rookies in the NFL. They in the NFL for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
But
long
not only that, they are rookies and in a well put system, in a well
system. That's what I'm
organization.
saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so it's just totally different. Oh, like last year, oh, but he was working with nobody, but it didn't matter because the coach he got.
Yeah.
And only thing that he don't get me wrong, he did versus he played against was a lot of drop in the regular season last season.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of the receivers was dropping the balls crazy. But like, but at the end of the day, they wasn't dropping the ball crazy because they had a hard time and though they was open in a lot of those good schemes offense. Like it's just that they had butterfingers, but the way Andy Reid coached those games, that's was the difference. Like so, based on what I'm saying, like in this, that he's comfortable dealing with in that quarterback position because he could trust the play calling, and he could go out there and play his game. You know, that's the difference of me is the coaching, because they was in a shootout, but the difference was that drive that Patrick Mahomes went on before he gave it to Josh Allen, that sealed it. And the only reason why it sealed it because Josh Allen had a chance to come back. He had a chance to win it. But the difference is when you got a coach that know how to call a game at the right moment and to know how to seal the moment, and you got a quarterback that know how to take advantage of a coach that calling a game very well. 9 out of time, you're gonna march downfield and you're gonna execute.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He marched down the field, they execute and they scored. Now it was about, okay, the hand is your go. Let's see what with your coach, and let me see what you do as supposed to be as an elite quarterback in Josh Allen. Let me see, can you seal the moment? Let me see, can you go down the field like I did, went up, and I'm gonna put the pressure on you to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
You see the coach, the play that they dialed up, like that last play when he had to throw it up because the two defenders came in.
Yo, bro, they blitzed the whole cornerback. Like, yo, that last play right there, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Whoever the defensive coordinator over there on the Chiefs, I think his name was Spagnolia or something like that. He dialed up the right play at the right time.
Yeah.
He brought a bomb blitz out. He had blitzed the cornerback and forced Josh Allen to first of all get off rhythm and get out of the pocket. You know what I mean? It seemed like he had no choice but to get out of the pocket. He threw the ball up, and it was a perfect. I'm not gonna say it was a perfect pass. It was a good enough pass for that tight end to catch the ball, and the tight end did not catch the ball.
Word, and that's what it's all. I want more to say, but I'm gonna let you talk, and then when you're done, I want to say something because I don't want to keep going a lot because I'm gonna give you a chance to talk. But that, basically, I'm saying the coaching and key moments, and can you execute on key moments and win it? So, but that's the coaching was the difference. But I'm gonna let you time in so they can hear what your point of view of the game.
Yeah. Listen, before I give y'all my point of the game and everything, please make sure y'all go to patreon.com in the search bar or whatever, type in Dolo Solo 103 TV. It's spelled just right here at the bottom how it is. DOLOS money sign OLO 103 TV. Go on patreon.com. Become a member to the Patreon page so that way you can get exclusive content. All right, man. So here we go, man. Just to piggyback off of what you said as far as like the Chiefs and the coaching staffs, like when you have an established coach, you know what I mean? When you have a winning coach who been to multiple Super Bowls, even prior to him becoming the Chiefs head coach, he been to a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. When you got that type of coach, you know what I mean? That solidified, that got that kind of pedigree.
Yeah.
As a quarterback, you already come into an organization. You already come into a coach who already understands the game. It ain't like he, he wasn't a successful coach. No, he already was a successful coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was a match made in heaven when you have the ability to see that this is the quarterback that I want. Now remember, they had Alex Smith. They wasn't bad when they had Alex Smith, but him to actually see that and be like, what? I'm gonna draft this guy right here. That mean, you know what I mean? That mean your football IQ, your football intelligence is all the way through the roof. You know what I mean? The fact that Andy Reid give him the keys to and allow him to do what he want, and they both understand each other. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need in a quarterback. You know what I mean? And a quarterback and a coach duo. Okay, now let's talk about the game real quick. I feel like Patrick Mahomes. Remember, I said this before in the last stream. I said, yo, Patrick Mahomes got that sneaky
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He know how to scramble at the right moment and stuff like that. That's what he doing. That's what he was doing all night. You know what I mean? Nobody's not saying he Lamar Jackson. He doesn't run like Josh Allen. But what he do is he got that sneaky running ability that can get out the pocket. I call it that sneaky escape ability. and he could get out the pocket. You know what I'm
Catch
saying?
you off guard with it. That's what he do.
Exactly, catch you off guard with it and stuff like that. So he was doing that all night. You know what I mean? He was moving the ball down the field. He was hitting his wide receivers in stride. You know what I mean? He was making the good enough throws. Kareem Hunt was running the ball extremely well. You know what I mean? I think they should re-sign him back. You know what I mean? I don't know if he was on a 1-year deal or you know, they signed him for pennies or whatever the case may be, but they should sign him back. But they was running the ball very well. Not with Isaiah Pacheco, he was running the ball semi,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Kareem Hunt was doing his thing, man. Like you said, they don't have no number one wide receiver. They just got a bunch of wide receivers. It kind of remind me of the Patriots. The Patriots really never had a number one wide receiver. They had a bunch of wide receivers that understood their role. And it's
Yeah.
very important to understand your role. Even if, listen, there's nothing wrong with being a role player, bro. Everybody got to play their role. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Tom Brady had that for the longest. He never had no receivers that was in 1,000 yards. A lot of his receivers was this receiver had 500 yards throughout the season. This receiver had 7 years. And, you know, it was seasons of that. Everybody understood their role, and I think that's what Kansas City do. Everybody on the Chiefs understand their role, and they played like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They played very well. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen did what he could do. He played heroic ball. You know what I mean? I feel like the defense was they couldn't really stop him. You know, one of their leading cornerbacks, number 47, I forgot his name, but he wasn't supposed to be out there. He played with a concussion, and he ended up getting concussed. So number 5 had to step in, and they was pretty much throwing the ball at number 5 all night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
The defense, the defensive line brought pressure to Patrick Mahomes, but that back end, man, he was eating that back end up. You know what I mean? He was eating that secondary up and stuff.
Yeah, he definitely was. He definitely was.
Yeah, so although, but granted though, they did battle back. The Bills battled back, and towards the fourth quarter, it was 29-29. You know what I mean? The Bills had a chance to actually win, but like you said, Spags actually dialed up a blitz towards the end, got Josh Allen off his off balance. He threw the ball up. And honestly, if you want to blame anybody, you could blame it on the tight end, because the tight end, that was a catchable ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are a first round pick. They picked you for a reason, bro. That's a catchable ball.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even though he threw it up, that ball was right there. He just didn't catch the ball. So, he got to, he got to, you know what I mean? He got to take that L. But that kind of remind me of the Mark Andrews play. Remember when
I know, yeah.
and catch the ball? You know what I mean? So, hey, listen, man, it came to bite him in the ass, man. You know what I mean? But the Kansas City Chiefs go on to the Super Bowl, and they're trying to three-peat. You know what I mean? That's their whole goal. They're trying to three-peat. They got the, you know what I mean? They got the number one quarterback in the league, arguably the best quarterback of all time. You know what I mean? And they trying to three-peat. That's their goal. You know what I mean? So shout out to the Buffalo Bills for trying, but they just couldn't get it there, man. Let's move on to the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders. I don't know if you want to take this. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to pop it off, because let me tell you, I got a lot to talk about. I got a lot.
Word. Let me say, yeah, I don't know. He probably may stick an exit out the stream. So I'm basically pick it back what he was saying. I think he about to come back in. All right, you go. That's good.
Yo, I clicked the button and it said back. And then when I went back, that's what happened.
Yeah, I figured that.
It exit me out. You know what I mean? That's my bad for clicking buttons and stuff like that. But yeah, man, the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders. Like I said, man, I got a lot to say. I don't know if you want to pop it off. I don't know if you want me to, I don't know if you want me to go last, because I want to go on a rant. But we beat the Commanders, you know what I mean? And I'm saying we, because I know this unsportsmanlike talk show, but I don't care. Like, we feel the day. You know what I mean? We beat the Commanders 55-23, and I felt like it was well deserving. You know what I mean? That A whooping was well deserving, especially for what was transpiring throughout the week. What was your takeaways of that game? You know what? I'm gonna save my stuff last.
You want to save?
Yeah, man, because I'm gonna go on a rant.
Word. Nah, I feel you. Because I feel it's kind of the same, but I'm gonna try my best to keep it as brief as possible.
Okay.
Oh, nah. My takeaways of the game is just basically to show what we could. It showed,
Mm-hmm.
and like you say, it was a lot of talk way before prior up to this game. Multiple, especially all you heard was just Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts talk, Jalen Hurts
Jalen
this
Hurts,
talk.
Jalen Hurts
Like,
this, Jalen Hurts ain't that. Jalen Hurts need to do this. He need to
yeah,
do
need to do that. Like, can he? They putting up his when he passing more than this, he lose game. But when he have less
that.
passing, like we win games. So like when you don't put him involved and you take it out of his hand, that's when we win games. That's the narrative that they was trying to put out there for so long.
Correct.
And I'm glad because I felt like that Rams game, it could have been the same way, but two things that factored in that game. Um, start from the Green Bay game. He was out for injuries, out for so long. It's not like he was out for 3 weeks and he went back in trying to get back in his room. Didn't practice that long, so
Mm-hmm.
people forgetting that. And then at the same time, you didn't practice that long. You didn't have the right type of game plan set up with the play calling.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little rust thing. But people forget one thing he didn't do coming off of being out of for 3 weeks. He didn't turn that ball over. He protected that ball. He did what he's supposed to do. But people ain't talking about that. Most quarterbacks, like I always say, that be out for 3 weeks. 9 out of 10, they at least throwing one pick, or they doing something that will make things a little harder on that offense. Jalen Hurts controlled the game. He didn't make no turnovers. Boom. He had to get the rust off. They had the game. Now they have time to game plan
Mm-hmm.
something with him. Snowy weather. It's a mess weather.
Mm-hmm.
It snowed. Not only it snowed, he get his knee injured. No, get a little injury in his leg. So now he injured. It's snowing. He injured in his knee. The game plan that you have for him now got to switch up because now you can't make he messes. You're not gonna risk him making running plays and doing quarterback draws and him running because he just injured his knee. So now you got to dial up something to keep him safe and keep him steady. And it's not really in the game plan that what you game plan for. So now he's not Jalen Hurts not looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts is not looking all right. People want to question, oh, he ain't looking like they not looking at things that acquiring to that point. Like they not looking what leading up to him not fully playing well. They not looking at the reasons. They just looking at the outcome, but not really speaking on the reasons of why he was looking the way he's looking. Being out for 3 weeks, then getting injured on the game, and it's a snowy weather at the same time. And a lot of those passes, he was getting dropped. Like it's already snowy weather. You got injured, and then your receivers is dropping passes
And you playing with a broken finger too at that.
and a broken finger. So people not looking at stuff like that. So he ain't look well in that game. They want to continue that narrative. He ain't looking well in that game. Now we get a game where everything is good. They
Mm-hmm.
had time to game plan. The weather is set. Everything is ain't snowy, ain't nothing. The receivers is catching passes. Now look what you see. 200, what? I think he had 230, 200, like close to
230 something passing. He was efficient. 230 something passing yards. He was 20 for 28. He had 3 rushing touchdowns.
yes.
3 rush touchdowns and 1 passing touchdown.
Yes. So now we see the passing. Like they were trying to tell you, listen, we can pass.
Mm-hmm.
So if we don't need to pass, why are we going to pass? If we continue our identity and run the ball and you're not stopping it, I'm going to run the ball. You're not stopping. I'm not going to go from something that's working just because you feel like we need to pass. No, that's not what we're going to do. Like I always say, why we can't run ourselves into why the Eagles can't run themselves into a Super Bowl?
I believe if it was anybody else with this run, they would have been praising him.
Yeah.
Praising him. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah. So why, like I always say, like quarterbacks don't always need to be the hero on every season. This season wasn't that season for him to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We ran the ball. It was a run season. Who knows? Maybe next season it might switch up. Teams might start playing the run game well, and now we need to put
air it out. Yep.
And now he might be the quarterback. Things is not always the same on each season. Sometimes your game plan might change. And that's what and sometimes coaches don't get that, and some coaches do get that. Some coaches want to keep this narrative, or the quarterback gotta be the main, always gotta be the main thing. Oh, we gotta pass. No. Let's pass more, run less. If we gotta run, then we'll run. And just because they got a so-called a quarterback that they want to rally under, so let's just pass. No, this is what we want. Not what it's supposed to be, but this is what we want. Well, because we spend this money on this quarterback. So you know what?
You going off just like how I'm about to go off.
Yeah. So let's pass. Like you can't go about it that way. Like you got a game plan this season based on your schedule and based on your personnel and what you know based on the skills and the asset of your team. Like and so if the running game is working, that's where we're gonna go. It wasn't that Jalen Hurts couldn't pass. They wasn't dialing up that type of pass. They wasn't dialing up really no pass game. They dialed up. I feel like Kellen Moore dialed up mostly run schemes to open up the pass. I feel like his thing was, we got a dynamic running back as Saquon Barkley. Let's get this running game. That's dial up some good running schemes. So let's get some good blocking schemes. What we got, I don't know if offensive linemen coaches like for blocking. I don't know if they ever could go down for a Hall of Fame. I don't know if those type of coaches could.
Listen.
Like, this man need to be. I forget his name.
Wait, hold up. You talking about Jeff Stoutland, my nigga?
Yeah, he needs to go down in the Hall of Fame. Like the way that his schemes and how he throw up a lot of scheme blocking and everything and get these big guys involved and man, he been doing it for so long. So like to have that. And the way we are doing, like, why go from it? So I'm gonna end it off and just I'm gonna say this. I would say this. My takeaway is that now you see that we could ball on both sides. Like, and not only we could ball on both sides, we on every cylinder. Like we could if we have to pass, we got the personnel, we got the quarterback. They try to say, oh, he can't. No, if we could dial up in some. And we get in like it's supposed to. He was checking it down. Only thing is, I say that Jalen Hurts. Only thing I would say, and he did better going into this game.
Sliding,
and getting the ball out a little quicker, throwing it away. Like he did that. He still was trying to make a play, but that's what these athletic quarterbacks do. They gonna try to make a play. But when he saw, okay, nah, ain't nothing there. Throw it away. Get the ball. He could do it a little bit more quick than the usual. He also could take it because some of them runs, it was like you could have just took off, Hurts. Like, I feel like he wanted to pass. And I feel like he wanted to pass to not to prove something, but just because what that game was going to go. I feel like versus what made us do with Washington is that we did what we're supposed to do. We was going to have to pass on him, and I felt like he knew that, and that's what he was looking for. You know what? Nah, let me get in my passing rhythm. So a lot of those he could have took off, but he was probably contemplating like, no, I want to pass, and he looked, but he like, it was too late. But then you see him getting in that rhythm of getting it out and running it, and then everything was just took it off. The defense is solidified as these boys. The way, like Dan said it, the way that they pursued to the ball, like the effort. I always say that the difference between the defense and last defense is the effort and the defense IQ. Being in sync, play your position. Don't worry about another man's job. Worry about your job. stay where you supposed to be, where you supposed to be at, and play with effort. Because if you don't play for effort, you're not gonna go and you're not gonna make that tackle. And that's what the difference of the defense. So the defense play with effort. The defense was balling on their side, and then the offense play calling between Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio. They got these guys balling. I think that's the difference. We got solidified coaches that definitely got these boys in the right place. And
before I go, read this comment real quick before I go.
He says Chris Kenty called Jalen Hurts a top 6 quarterback, but last year on ESPN first time he said Jalen Hurts was not even a top 10 quarterback when he got called out for his hypocrisy. He got upset. That was Peter Walker's. He replied on that.
1, 2, 3, Cancun. Wait, we in the Super Bowl. Sorry, Commanders. All right, so here we go, right? So here we go. Because I got a lot to say real quick, right? So
yeah,
this is the thing, right? So let me get this out the way. All right, so we started off the game good and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Actually, the Commanders started off the game. They was moving methodically down the field. Like I said, Jaden Daniels was pretty much getting the ball out of his hands. You know what I mean? A couple times they went for it on 4th down. You know what I mean? They even did a fake punt down the field. So it seemed like, okay, cool. They took a page out of the Eagles playbook. You know what I mean? They was chewing up the clock in the first quarter. They was going down the field, and then they settled for a field goal. All of that to just settle for a field goal. Okay, cool. We come out the gate. Saquon Barkley, as soon as he touched the ball, scored the first touchdown. Out the gate, first play, first drive, scored the touchdown. Boom. We kicked the ball off or whatever like that. And the rest, honestly, if you want me to be honest, the rest was history. You know what I mean? The rest was history after that. The offense took over. And if you want to be honest, it could have been like I said earlier, it could have been 65 to 23. Jalen Hurts actually scored the rushing touchdown that they called back on a flag. You know what I mean? He scored the rushing touchdown that they called back on the flag. Saquon Barkley, he had his way, whatever he wanted. He ended up with 118 rush yards. Jalen Hurts ended up with 230 something passing yards, one passing touchdown, a couple of rushing touchdowns. AJ Brown did whatever he wanted to Marshawn Lattimore. He had his way with anybody who Marshawn Lattimore was on, they had their way with Marshawn Lattimore. Anybody that said that Jalen Hurts can't throw, did you see that sideline throw to Smitty?
He does that. So I don't understand. That's not he got multiple of those.
He got multiple of those. And I say, he got some of this he got some of the sweetest feet in football. He's right next to Ocho Cinco. If nobody never saw Ocho Cinco highlight, Ocho Cinco got some of the best feet in NFL. He got some of the best toe tapping in the NFL, period. So go back and watch Ocho Cinco, and then go back and watch Devontae Smith and how Jalen Hurts threw the ball to Devontae Smith. Okay, cool. So the defense had their way. You know what I mean? The defense had a bunch of turnovers and stuff like that. Jalen Carter is unstoppable. He is balling. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. CJ Gardner-Johnson, he was coming up in the box. He was hitting. You know what I mean? Who forced that fumble on Austin Eckler? I think it was no, it was Burks. It was Burks.
Oh, Burks. Yeah, and Bonds got on, I think.
Yeah. Burks forced the fumble on Austin Eckler. He is the filling linebacker to Nakobe Dean. He looked good. You know what I mean? Defense looked amazing. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. We won the game 55-23, right? So let me talk a little bit about Jalen Hurts, right? Just because you paying a quarterback $50 million, that doesn't mean that he got to all of a sudden throw the ball down the field 1,000 times. You know what I mean? Y'all putting too much pressure on these quarterbacks that don't even deserve the money like that. That's first and foremost. Another thing is that y'all act like him not putting the ball in harm's way is a crime. Y'all act like us running the ball is a crime. I remember last year, the narrative was we don't run the ball enough. We don't run the ball enough. Why aren't we running the ball with DeAndre Swift? You know what I mean? I said this in one of my rants. Why don't we run the ball enough with DeAndre Swift? Why is we throwing the ball? Why is Hurts trying to play buddy ball with AJ Brown, trying to throw the ball? Remember, he was throwing interceptions. He wasn't protecting the ball. He was hurt. He wasn't running the ball enough. So now when we start running the ball and we're not putting the ball in harm's way, they trying to, oh, well, Jalen Hurts could do better, yada. First of all, Jalen Hurts is efficient. Even during the last game when we played against the Rams, his QBR was at a 110. That is efficient.
Yep.
That is efficient. I don't understand this whole narrative that they got because they never seen a quarterback do it this way. I think it's a lot of hate, bro. I think it's a lot of hate. They got to start getting Jalen Hurts or giving Jalen Hurts enough credit. This is the only quarterback, I think the only black quarterback, but one of 8. I heard the stat, one of 8 quarterbacks that actually went to a Super Bowl twice in his first 5 years of starting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only quarterback who did that so far is Patrick Mahomes. If you look at all of these quarterbacks that throw the ball all down the field, who got all of this talent, who could throw the ball way better than Jalen Hurts, a lot of them haven't reached the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Justin Herbert ain't even sniffed a AFC championship. Lamar Jackson can't get over the hump. Joe Burrow got to a Super Bowl and lost, and he haven't been back to the Super Bowl in 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean? Who else they put in front of him?
Those the main guys. It depends on who you talking to, because you got different analysts, got their own different lists. But the main guys that they consistently you hear above them is Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow.
Cool. Why Josh Allen can't get there? You know what I'm saying? All of these quarterbacks who could throw the ball out the wazoo, all of these quarterbacks who could throw spirals and tight windows and do all it, why they can't get there? And this is the number one thing I hate. I hate when these. I'm gonna wrap it up too, but I hate when these analysts say, "Oh, he got a team behind him." First of all, you're supposed to have a team behind you. That is called good GM. That is called you having a good GM. You have a good owner. Second of all, you're supposed to have pieces around your quarterback.
Yeah,
that's what you're supposed to have. That it's a team sport. You cannot go to the Super Bowl if you don't have the pieces around your quarterback. You cannot go to the Super Bowl if you got pieces, but you don't got a good quarterback. You cannot go to a Super Bowl if you got a good offense, but your defense is trash. You cannot go to a Super Bowl if you got a trash defense, but your offense is good. Everything needs to click. Everything needs to click. You're supposed to have pieces. That's why you play the game. You're supposed to have pieces, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand. Oh, he got weapons and all that. Hold up. Don't Joe Burrow got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins? They got weapons. You know what I mean? Didn't last year Josh Allen had all of these weapons?
Yeah.
He ain't go nowhere. What about this year? Lamar Jackson had Derrick Henry in the backfield. Lamar Jackson threw for the most yards, the most touchdown passes in this league today, this year.
Yeah.
What happened? They remember last year they were supposed to be a defensive juggernaut. They had all of these pieces. What happened? No Super Bowl. So when you talk, come on, bro. Like they got to start giving my guy credit, man. But I don't know if you want to
I was gonna time it because you brought up what I was going to actually speak on about.
Okay.
And but first, I'm gonna say this. People they talk like you because you said why they can't make it in, why they can't get to the Super Bowl and get to all that.
Yeah.
The thing about the difference between Jalen Hurts and these other quarterbacks like we named Patrick Mahomes, because I would add him because I think Patrick Mahomes have that in him, but I just feel like Jalen Hurts edge him a little bit more. But like the difference between Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow that Jalen Hurts I feel edge all of them above is 9 out of 10 when you need a quarterback to seal a moment and to go and win the game. he might not that the game that Jalen Hurts go and seal and win it.
That's a good
He
point.
might not have passing yardage on that game.
That's a good
He
point.
he might not be, he might not have thrown for 300 yardage. He probably only threw for like that game for like what 170, 180 yards. He
Mm.
probably nowhere near close to a 300 passing yards like type game. Like he just controlled the game and he just played and protected the ball, not being the reason why they lose. And one thing that I would say this and to finish my point on that, when you watch that game with the Commanders, that first run, a lot of people were talking about, oh, Jalen Hurts again with the passing again with all that. But I think a lot of fans, analysts, and everything, I think they necessarily forget the role of a quarterback. And why I say that is, I say that because they be missing some certain pieces of what the quarterback position is. As okay, they look at the basics of he's supposed to pass well. He's supposed to have good accuracy and find his receivers and be efficient in his when it comes to the passing part of the aspect. But what about audible and pre-snaps? What about recognizing, let me call the game, let me be a point guard basically for this team. Like that first, people don't know he had done this multiple word.
Let me be a point guard for this team.
Exactly. He have done this in multiple drives, multiple plays that's been overlooked. They always look at that and not seeing that a lot of times the certain plays be a success. It's because he's out there changing the play. They're not talking about that. I see Hurts going in and making audibles and doing change up and pre-snaps. He are switching the plays. But they're not saying that he's doing that. They're not saying he's controlling that run play with Saquon Barkley that opened the game. I forgot who talked about it and mentioned it. He's the only person that mentioned it. Jalen Hurts changed that play into that play. That wasn't the original play. It wasn't the original play to toss it up to Saquon Barkley to the side, to the left side to run. Yeah. He switched that play. He placed that. He changed that. He made a switch of what he saw in the defense of what he saw was going. He probably didn't expect it was going to be a touchdown, but it would have. If the man would have, he didn't get touched until a first down. So that was a good read and a good audible that he's doing. But are they talking about when his misreads, but not talking about overall all the time when he had great reads and when he's audible and he's pre-snap. They're not seeing that. His passing yards, but you're not seeing how he controlling the game. He might not have passing yards because we don't need him. It's not about that game. He needs to have passing yards. We just need him to play his position well to what they are paying him to do, and that's what he's doing. And he's not turning the ball over. So I'm saying that in that aspect of Jalen Hurts and what I saw, and then also he passed well in that game, so that's another clutch. So the difference when I'm bringing up with Jalen Hurts and with those other quarterbacks is when you need a person to come in a clutch and to sell a moment, he have done it to me as on the game. He have done it way more than a lot of these guys as what I would say as when it's a moment of I'm not saying that Lamar Jackson don't have clutch plays and clutch games that he was balling out on. I'm not saying Josh Allen don't have clutch games and clutch time when he's balling. I'm not saying none of that. That's why they are in the tops because they do have. Well, I'm saying, example, that Bills game when Josh Allen, when he marched down, he had to seal the moment, but he wasn't on the same page with his what's the name, and they didn't connect and they lost. But then we got the ball back to Jalen Hurts last year. He marched out of field, sealed that moment. He did the same thing he did with the Cowboys. He sealed the moment when he marched down. He made it with the Cowboys. He did that. Those sealing moments in the game, Jalen Hurts have showed that he can do. I believe in that Super Bowl run, and they talks about it a lot. When we went to the Super Bowl and we played the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes marched down the field, and he got an unfortunate penalty call at the end that allowed him to run the clock down and kick the field goal in the silly game. I believe
Jalen Hurts
had got that ball back,
would have sealed that
to seal the moment. I believe 9 out of 10 he would have done it, and we would have won that game because he have showed multiple times, and that's the difference between what I wanted to speak on with Josh Allen and that Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes game when Josh Allen had to march down and seal the moment. Patrick Mahomes said, "Okay, I scored. I went up. You got less than this minute. Let me see. You could seal this moment. Let me put that pressure on you."
Not only that, man, the Lamar Jackson and the Mark Andrews moment.
Yeah,
give you a chance. You got this amount of time to you know what I mean, and they not on the same page.
They're not on the same. Can't seal the moment. He did that even last season. Can you seal the moment? Can you close the game? Can you be that quarterback and do it and come in the clutch and seal it? You so great on when it's regular, when it's on a normal basis, you so great. You got these stats. You go in. You got clutch plays and all that. But when we need you to seal a moment because it's that type of game, can you do it?
Yeah.
Can you? You know how they say dang, when you do something off the back one time and you hit it, like how you call that? Remember, like we be in the studio, we about to lay a track down, and you be like, "Yo, can you go in there and no mistakes, go in there and lay the whole verse down in one take?"
Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but
I forgot. You know what I'm saying? Like I forgot the word. Like so, basically, I'm saying, can you one take it? Like you don't got no. It's one drive. You don't got no more chances. You can't have a mess up drive and then come back and be like, "All right, I see what I did wrong with that drive," and then you scored a touchdown on the next drive. You got one drive. Can you march down in one drive and seal this moment in one take? Can you do that? Patrick Mahomes that's why I said now Patrick Mahomes has showed that. That's why he win these games. Because he showed that if you give me one take, I'ma seal it.
Yeah. Only thing I want to say is before we wrap this up is that my guy is 1-0 against Josh Allen. We beat the Bills last year.
Yeah.
My guy is 1-0 against Cincinnati. We beat them this year. 1-0 against Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
My guy is 1-1. We beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the regular season last year, but we lost to them in the Super Bowl. My guy is 1-0 against Lamar Jackson. We beat them this year. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to talk, like you said, the quarterback, and I'm about to wrap this up, the quarterback has to, sometimes the point guard do take over, but sometimes the point guard has to be the field general. Gotta be the general on the field. Gotta know when to hold them, when to fold them. Gotta know when to apply pressure, and sometimes you gotta let your other players shine too. So it's okay to let your running back go off. It's okay. That's called being the field general. It's okay to only throw the ball for 128 yards. This might not be your game to throw the ball for 1,000 yards in one. No, it's okay to play the back seat. That's called being a field general. It's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? But listen, man. You know what I mean? Healthy, very good show, man. Very good and sportsmanlike talk show. You know what I mean? The Philadelphia Eagles and the Chiefs are going at it again at the Super Bowl in New Orleans, man. You got Kendrick Lamar performing. I cannot wait to see that Super Bowl performance. I will not give a score prediction right now because, you know what I mean? Of course, we're going to talk about this more and more in the future. And then when it comes to the game time, I will give my prediction. And, we will do a stream when we talk about the keys to victory. What should be our game plan going against the Kansas City Chiefs? So please stay in tune for that. You know what I mean? For all of those who viewing us now or in passing, please make sure that you subscribe, hit that notification bell on the YouTube channel. For the people who are on Facebook, and YouTube. You know, we got a show tomorrow, you know what I mean? A regular podcast show. Y'all not gonna want to miss that. Please make sure that y'all tune in to the podcast show. Make sure that you become a member to the Patreon page at Dolo Solo 103 TV. That's Dolo Solo 103 TV. It's spelled out how you should type it in the search bar. DOLO money sign OLO 103 TV. You already know, man. Listen, thank y'all, man. You know what I mean? We had a healthy, phenomenal show. You know what I mean? Thank y'all for tuning in, man. You already know, man. It's your boy Rel. That's Young Jers, man. And we are out of here. Gang, gang.
Bird gang.